Hey, welcome back to the Pen Hut. My name is Tommy. Today I just wanted to talk about this pen here. Just a really quick chat about that. This is a Parker Duofold Centennial, a big red. I acquired this recently off eBay by somebody. Um, didn't really sell like a ton of stuff. It wasn't per se risky, but it was a little bit of like kind of like it, and the price seemed pretty good. Um, and I did email them. We did email a little bit back and forth just to get some more information. But I'm very happy to have found this. So you'll notice here one of the first things that I noticed, and I emailed him. So if you look at the barrel, rotate it around. There's nothing written on the barrel. So that had me a little bit concerned when I first was looking at it, and I emailed him, and he said that this was it's not a special edition, but it was like an anniversary edition that they had made. Um, and he had picked it up, I believe, in the early 90s. I think he said 92, 93, which is nice. So it's not quite vintage yet, but it's not the current model that's out there now, which I liked, because it did say that the slightly older versions are a little bit nicer than what you find now. So another way that you can tell that this is a little bit of an older model is by that right there. I don't know if you can see it clearly or not, but it says Parker Duofold right there on the top cap. If you're getting one from the last few years, you'll see more of like an ace of spades symbol on the top there. So if you see this look, this is a little older than that. Don't know when they started with this symbol here. I will remind everybody that I'm not an expert. I do read up on pens a little bit, and I'm curious about them, but I don't know everything and every detail or date on anything. But of course, I can read up on it on my own time, as you can as well if you're really curious about those kind of pens. So, anyways, the dual fold was something that I had always been kind of intrigued by, and you can read in a lot of collectors books and things like that, that a lot of people love the dual fold. And I had purchased a different version of this, a newer version, a little while back that was a special edition, and ended up reselling it on eBay. Wasn't exactly like my style, but I got it at a really good price, so I knew that I could resell it and make some money, which was fine. But once I sold it, that's when I was kind of like, you know what, maybe if I can find a big red, because that is an iconic model of the Duofold. They do come in a couple other colors. I believe yellow was the other color. That's a lot more rare, worth a lot more. And I think there was a blue, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, so this is the Centennial. There is I believe, an international size, which is thinner. Please correct me if I'm incorrect there. But there's two sizes. There's the Centennial and the International. So this is the thicker, the bigger size of the two, which I like, because I'm going to open it up. It is a twist cap. And this is the second way that you can tell if this is a newer model or a slightly older model, by the design on the nib. So it's a really nice design there. I believe the other one had the ace of spades or some sort of symbol like that. So it is gold. Let's see, I think I wrote a little bit on my hand there. It says Parker, and 18 carats. It says 75C or something like that. And on the back, you probably can't see it there, but there's a little F there, so it's a fine, which writes great. The one thing that I noticed from both this pen and the other one that I was using, is that they're very smooth writers. They have a little bit of feedback, but they're very smooth. The other thing that I like about it is rather big. It has that old school classic look to it, but it's relatively lightweight. So even unposted, it's very well balanced. It has a nice weight to it. It's not like a chintzy little pen, but it's not heavy. And then, of course, you can post it, which it will post. And you can write with it that way. And you would think that it'd be very back heavy, but it actually really isn't. The cap's not very heavy, so it writes nice. But you can write either way. This, to me, in my hand, looks a little long posted, but it doesn't bother me either way. Obviously, you can see the iconic pen clip there, which is nice. And then you have the black bottom and top, which is really nice. I like that design. And then you have the plastic black grip section here, which is nice. And the threads here are actually very smooth. They don't bother me one bit. Like, it's very comfortable pen, and I do like the width and the size of the pen. It's very nice. So this pen is in really good shape. I was actually very impressed when I got it, knowing that it's not a new model, but it's as close to new as you can get, really. I mean, there's nothing faded. There's no major scratches or dings. There's a tiny bit of wear on some of these little bands here, but very tiny bit. This is another thing about the Duofolds. I'm gonna let's see. I'm just gonna open it up real quick, and this is a cartridge converter in here, but it takes cartridges and a cartridge converter. That's one of the things that some people don't like about it. In a pen this price range, you would think that it'd be like a piston converter or something else, but you know, nothing super fancy about it. It uses a nice cartridge converter there, and it doesn't bother me one bit. I like it. I'm very used to using those type of converters, so it doesn't bother me at all. It is a pricey pen. I would say the majority of these would be somewhere in the $400 range, and then depending on a lot of different little factors, what year, condition, nib size, etc. You can easily find big reds getting close to $500. But on eBay, sometimes you can find sales or find people that, you know, are expanding their collection, and sometimes they have pens that they don't really want anymore. I mean, it happens all the time. I've culled a little bit of my collection as well, some of my lower priced pens. Nothing wrong with them, and you know, somebody else will use them better than I will. So I'm really happy with this pen. It's one of those that when you start collecting, you'll hear about, you know, it's on a more expensive side of things. But I'm just really excited that I was able to find one that wasn't brand new, meaning it wasn't, you know, like a 2018 or 2017 model, but something with a little bit of age to it, and it has that look of the 90s look, which I like. I like this a lot. So I don't know if you guys have any questions about it that I didn't cover, or if there's anything that maybe you didn't see there. You will see, actually, I'll go back to the first thing I mentioned. You will see that in a lot of the regular Parker Centennial Duofolds will have a little stamped in, it's almost like an engraving, I guess, that says, you know, Parker Duofold and a few other things there. But this one does not, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, so like I said, any questions, put your questions below. Make sure to subscribe, because I am going to put out some more quick looks on some other pens that I have, and you know, hopefully there's something in there that you like. But yeah, post below if you have this pen, or it's something that you're curious about, or if you have any more questions other than what I've already covered, and I'll be happy to reply. Thank you.